Hello and welcome to Journeys and Journals. I'm Bernie Martin Beck and I love to wave the flag. Today we have a very special group of guests who also love to wave the flag. And they've brought their school principal who dreamed the idea. Welcome, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you, Mrs. Beck.
What was this dream you had?
I was trying to figure out what we could do to honor all the people that had sacrificed themselves dealing on the 9/11 incident in 2001, and I just tried to formulate an idea, and I decided that we would go ahead and make some replicas of the towers and the planes and the Pentagon where the people sacrificed themselves. And so I shared it with my staff, and they all say, that's a great idea, let's go ahead and do it. And the kids all jumped on board, and it was a real blessing, it really was.
Well, and you've brought some of your students today.
Yes, I did.
I'd like you to meet them. If you'd tell me your name, please.
Kiera.
And pass the microphone over.
Ashley. I'm Caughlin. Preston. August.
And did each of you have a part to play in making this memorial? What was your part?
To sing.
She sang.
Oh, you sang. That was very important. Songs, patriotic songs. Well, let's hand the mic.
I was one of the song leaders. I was one of the song leaders. I helped build the Pentagon. I was one of the song leaders.
Now, when you said built the Pentagon, how did you build the Pentagon?
I helped put the wood down.
Because you built a frame first, then what?
Roger cut the wood for it.
In the shape of the Pentagon building.
Yes.
Then what did you do?
We nailed the wood to the board.
And then what was next?
We spray glued the papers of the people who died on it.
In that particular building, right?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Kennedy, what was this? We have a picture here of all the exhibit. Why don't you tell us what it was like?
Well, first of all, I was going to just build just something out of cardboard, but Roger Anderson said, I think we can do a little bit better than that, Tom. And he goes, why don't you let me build exact replicas to scale of the Twin Towers? And I go, great idea. And so we went ahead and he built the frames for us and brought them into our classroom. And then we took cardboard that we had left over from the desk that we had bought the year before. So we figured we can use that. And all the kids, we put all the stuff together, and then we started putting names of all the people who had passed away in the Twin Towers. We highlighted all the names of those people that were firemen. We did those in red. And then all the people that were policemen, we did in blue. And then we sprayed it all with glue, and then all the kids helped put all the names on both the buildings.
So when we're looking at these towers, Twin Towers, the names on those are the men and women who died in that tower.
Correct.
And whether they were firemen or police we can see because of right here, what do we have?
That's a flag of honor of all the people that passed away in the Twin Towers. Every name is written there of all the people.
And it's a flag, our nation's flag, simulated and written on there. Now, you've brought two of these marvelous things. Where did these come from?
There was a place on a website that I looked up after it, and I go, there's got to be something more than just what we did. And they had these flags available for us to purchase, and then it goes to it's a charity situation where they give the money to the people who had sacrificed to their families and to remember them. And so those are all the firemen that had passed away in the Twin Towers. 343, I believe. There's plenty. There's just too many to even count.
These are beautiful. I'm so glad you followed through on this. Will you have these hanging at the school?
Yes, we will, along with the pictures of what we did, and we're going to have a patriotic theme for our program this year, and these will be up with the pictures and for the people to see when they come to our school.
Well, now, these airplanes, each airplane has the name of a person that was on that airplane.
Exactly, that particular plane. Over and over and over again. Mrs. White and her students put all the planes together and put them to scale, and then put them in front of which tower or which the Pentagon or the one that Flight 93 out in Pennsylvania, those all have the name of those particular individuals on each one of those planes.
And have you had a response from others who saw it on television?
Well, most of my family have responded because they really enjoyed seeing that. But I've had people that I've talked to, and they really have enjoyed seeing us honor our people. So.
Oh, I was so pleased with this whole idea that I've invited these young people, and I don't know what grades you represented and what job you had putting together part of this replica. So anyone here did airplanes? Did any of you have a part in a tower? No. Did you glue anything on a tower? Did you?
Oh, Preston did.
Yes, I did. Some of it.
Okay, and I noticed one of the towers has an antenna on top, just like in the pictures I see of the towers. Now, what else did you do besides you sang patriotic songs? You honored, who did you honor that day?
The people who sacrificed our lives.
The people that sacrificed their lives. Then my husband and another group of people were invited to come up. And you said thank you to?
The policeman.
The policeman who had done such a good job.
The fireman.
Then the firemen who came with their fire trucks so for us in our schoolyard, and the veterans. Did any of you get to put the medal on the veteran? You did.
I got to give one of the firefighters their gift basket and the medal.
The gift baskets. Whose idea was that?
Third and fourth, we made
The third and fourth graders. Every group had a different job. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we'll start with the 7th and 8th grade. They went ahead and built the planes for us and then covered them, and that was really nice. And then the 5th and 6th grade, we did the towers and the Pentagon, put all the names on that for them. And then the 3rd and 4th, they did all the gift baskets for all of the servicemen and all the policemen that was going to show that day. And then we got little medals for each one of them for 1st and 2nd to give out to all the people. Had little medals would commemorate that occasion for sacrificing their lives each and every day for us to protect us.
Well, my husband was very, very pleased to be honored as one of the veterans. We have a veteran who was World War II, Korean vet. Where else do you know where the servicemen have served?
Well, we had Patty from Saudi. She's just got back. She's just got back from overseas a few years ago. So all the stuff that's going on since 2001. And then we had some veterans from guys that were, what would you say, just got back. So recent veterans. And of course, Mr. Anderson, who had been a vet, I don't know, about 10 or so years ago, so he was there. So we had plenty of a variety of people from different services.
Right. Olin Nations was a young man when I was in school, your age, and he went off to World War II. So I was so pleased that he came and received one of your honored. What was the very most thrilling for you? What will you remember for the rest of your life?
Well, the police came, and I got my friends and asked them to see the police car, and he let us try the handcuffs on, and I got put in the police car, and that was really fun.
Wonderful. They were very, very friendly to us. Who else would like to say what was most important?
When we got to make the cards and give them out to everyone.
Tell me about the cards.
What we had to do is we got to draw whatever we wanted on them, and then we got to write like a scripture text out of the Bible if we wanted. And then after we sang the songs and gave out the gift baskets, we got to give them the cards.
Those are very nice. My husband got big flags. Someone had painted perfect stripes. What was it that you enjoyed so much?
Singing the song to them.
What was the song you sang? It was a nice song, I remember that.
Yeah, it's very nice.
What would you say about how many children were involved in this?
Oh, we had 61, 62 children all involved, and people come from homeschool came and watched and experienced it with us. It was just a real blessed day. Beautiful sunshine. It was perfect to share
And
that.
where is your school?
Our school's up on Heidi Lane in Grants Pass.
And they were invited to wear red, white, and blue. Then, as I did today, I invited them to come. And I want to know anything what did you tell your grandma and grandpa about it? I mean, were they excited? Did they come? Our cameraman saw pictures of his children there. Did you bring any family to come and watch this? Tell us more.
You don't think so? Oh, your mom was there.
Your mom's a teacher, right?
So she was there. That was really good. Towards the end, the firemen asked if we could keep everything out there on display for their other fire trucks to come back at the end of the day and see what they have done. And so they had told their friends to come over. So the fire trucks were coming by and looking at our presentation that was at our schoolyard. So.
And there was a special reason the firemen were so, they'd been called out the day before.
Yeah, to a fire just up close to the church, yes.
And we're so appreciative of them. Do you have some stories you'd like to tell? I guess we'll ask Mr. Kennedy again.
Well, we just had a really good time. All the kids really enjoyed doing that. I think it made them realize that there's, what was going on, a little bit of history, and even though it was tragedy, that a lot of good has come from this. We united more as a nation, and I think it was just neat to have just all the kids get involved. It was just a very learning experience for them.
Did you have a comment you'd like to make about that?
No.
I asked a question. How many of you, is this the first time you've ever been on TV?
This is my first time.
Anybody else, it's the very first time?
This is mine. First time.
It is. What's it like to be on TV? Can you turn your head over there and see yourself in the picture? Yeah, I thought maybe you'd like to see that. And when it's shown, you'll be able to show Grandma and Grandpa and Mom and Dad. This is what I did there. I want to know how are you all born in America? Or did some of you come here by choice? I was a lucky one to be born here too.
I've been born here.
You were born here.
I was born here too.
Tell me more, Mr. Kennedy, about your involvement in the community. How does the interaction with the firemen and the policemen, how does this impacted?
They came and didn't really expect it to be so extravagant or so polished. They came and thought it was going to be, they didn't really know what they were going to get into. And when they came by, they were pleasantly surprised at how well everything was done, and really honored at what we did for them as individuals.
Well, as we look at the Pentagon picture, you can see how detailed, how carefully every name is on there. The same with the towers and each airplane. Now, for our policemen, it's a work for them, but they keep us safe.
They do.
The children have been involved in other things, but this was the most spectacular. The television channel came.
Yeah, Channel 12 came, interviewed a couple of children and put them on TV, and it was really nice. They enjoyed that.
And who was the man from Channel 12?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you his name. I haven't watched him very often, so I don't know what his name is.
I heard it just minutes before we started, and of course it was a name that we all recognized.
Yes.
One of the cameramen told me. I'm listening.
Yeah.
We had people. Well, how many of you brought guests that day? Who came because of you?
My mom came and my grandpa came.
And your grandpa. And on the pictures that we're showing, we had a camera people from taking film that day. What I want to know about this, do you think about it since you've done that? What do you think?
Well, I want to do it again next year, and it was really fun.
Because how old were you 10 years ago?
I was probably just getting ready to get born.
Just getting born. How many of you are less than 10? 1, 2, 3. How many are more than 10?
Well, I'm 10. But
You were just getting born. And Preston, how old are you?
10.
So this is part of that same era. You wouldn't have known all this happened, but we certainly did. We people who are older were unbelievable that anything like this, anyone would be that angry to do something so destructive. It made us heartsick.
It did.
Fill me in on some of I still see the beautiful flag up there at the school every day, red, white, and blue, right? What do you have in your future?
Well, we're going to hang on to that stuff for a while, and it's up on our stage, and we have the flag hanging, and we have the Pentagon down in front of it. And then later on this year, we're going to have a special patriotic theme presentation, and we'll have those out to help just kind of instill in our minds, this is something we don't want to forget. We don't want to forget this. So.
And we can learn that date and invite our viewing audience to come to the school. The number of people that lost their lives was the number of a small city.
Yes.
And, all of a sudden it says, this could happen. I didn't think it could possibly happen in America. When we wave the flag, does that mean something to you guys? Tell me. Everybody tell me what the flag means to them. Not necessarily the flag with all the names on it.
It means to me, like I like Jesus.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It helps remember that we're the land of the free.
The land of the free.
It helps me remember that I can always be free and not have to do anything and have people
We're
force
very,
me to
very
do anything.
fortunate. Very fortunate, yeah.
Helps me to remember that we always have freedom. Helps me remember that we're in the land of the free.
Now, did you tell your mom and dad about what you did? What did they say?
Well, my dad didn't get to come, so he thought it was pretty cool.
Did he take pictures? I mean, did someone take pictures
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah.
Maybe you could send me a couple of those pictures so we can show them of what you were doing. Anybody else have pictures at home that tell the story? You do.
Oh, yeah, I do.
We don't have them right now.
No, we
but
don't. But we have plenty of them that we have loaded down to our school computers, and we'll be more than happy to share them with you.
Oh, wonderful. This is the first time for me to interview so many young people, and this is wonderful. I'd like you to share anything that you like about your school.
You're first, Kiera.
I love to swing on the playground.
I know that you like to play in the playground.
I like my school because it helps us learn about God.
Yes.
I love the teachers there. They're so nice, and all the kids are really nice to us.
Mr. Kennedy's awesome.
Is Mr. Kennedy your teacher, Preston? Okay.
I like the fact that it's a private school, not a public one, that we can learn about God.
Well, in our country was built on "In God We Trust." The future looks bright if we keep our eyes on that. And you said you're going to have a program. What are your plans? I know you're going to pull these out of the mothballs.
Oh, yeah, they'll be out there.
And these representatives of every person that died. Where there were heroes in the story. Do you thinking of a hero that you heard about as the fireman who went into a burning building to rescue people? And the policeman that did the same?
Jesus helped the firemen.
Yes. And the people I heard about, different people helping one another. How can you help someone else? Every day?
Yeah.
How?
Well, if it's someone older, you could go like to their house and make them something, or if they can't go somewhere, you can ask them what they need.
Very good. Now, does your school do some senior visitation or?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
What kind of things can you tell me?
We have a couple of homes just next door, right across the creek from us, that we go over and give them bears. And during February, we give them a bunch of bears and things so the people elderly can have something soft in their beds and cuddle with, and we just talk to them and share with them.
And those were built by the Nations family, Olin and Mary. And he was the veteran from World War II. And the pictures that I have of Olin, it's a gift that we have, these seniors, these people who lived history, who can come and talk to your school. They came and put this on for you. Or you put it on for them, I should say. Fill me in on a little bit about, I happen to be an alumni of your school in 19 and...
Something.
Yeah, 19 and something is right. 19 and it's a different location. It used to be on a kind of dead-end street. Well.
Yeah, now we're on a dead-end street again. That's nice. It really is.
Right. the importance of America. I haven't gotten your story yet. Why is it that you felt so strongly that night when you woke with this idea?
I've had fathers and brothers that both served in the services, and it was our way of sharing with them that it's just this is something small. I thought it wasn't going to be that grand, to just respect their service, and they mean a lot to me, as do these people that sacrifice themselves for us. So.
And I called people and invited them to see it too. And I will when this show is shown, because I waved the flag. Well, I wore the flag. I believe that really the privilege to have been born here. How many agree with me? Everyone agrees with me. We are so lucky. We've got 1 minute left on our TV show. And who'd like to say something okay, pass the mic, please.
This has been really fun coming to on the TV show.
Oh!
I've never gotten to be on a TV show before.
Well, that's good to hear that you're having fun. It is a little scary the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anybody else want to say something?
I did a testimony at the church, and it's really nice to be here.
So you've spoken into a microphone before?
Yeah.
Well, our time is up now. I just want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Because your school is teaching all manner of things. America is the greatest. It's so great to be here. Do you have something you'd like to say? Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm Bernie Martin Beck saying thank you so much for tuning in, and this has been very special to wave the red, white, and blue. Thanks for being our guest.